Okay, y'all. So I decided to go live real quick because, I'm unable to upload my videos that I have recorded. Unfortunately, I'm still low on space or something, and I don't know how to get my stuff off of the phone to allow more space and be able to upload the videos that I've recorded. So, unfortunately, I can't share right now. So, I decided to go live with my thoughts. Maybe I might start a little thing to, start going live on just things that I'm thinking about and, things that may be going on in the world that, just because I'm in the van doesn't mean that I'm not privy to. Um, Sonya Massey. Say her name. Sonya Massey. Sonya Massey, Sonya Massey. I know there's a lot of things going on and talk about her and the situation that happened with her and the officer that unalived her for no reason. And I decided to say something, even though I'm looking a mess, so y'all forgive me, but hey, this is real life. Thugging in the van. Um, I just have to say something because I'm a black woman. And I know that everybody's like, well, don't make this about a racial thing. And I'm not saying it like he necessarily was racist, but the respect level for black women is none. So I feel as though he handled the situation aggressively and in the manner that he did because of the color of her skin and the lack of respect that he had for her. I mean, that was well displayed in, the way he was talking to her leading up to the situation, and also after he unalived her, what he was saying about her and what he was trying to make, plead his case, in the sense that it was like he instantly went into, let me try to plead my case, because he knew he messed up. That's why he kept saying fuck, 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 because he knew he messed up. And the other officer did too. That's why when he went to his car, he was shaking and he was saying fuck. You know, um, for me, I would have never let them in my house. But knowing that this lady was going through obviously some mental distress, some type of distress, um, I get why, and she was already afraid. She answered the door saying, "Please don't hurt me. I just need y'all help." And he falsely reassured her that we ain't here to hurt you. You called us for help. We here to help. And ultimately, he didn't help her. He did hurt her. You know how they say you have a premonition before? Hi, Brooklyn. Hi, Hanif. Um, you have a premonition before, your death or whatever the case may be. And I think this was her premonition, whatever it was. That's why she came to the door saying, "Don't hurt me." And just kept saying, "Please, God, please, God." It was like she was battling with whatever she was battling with inside. And unfortunately, they didn't have the patience for her from the get-go. Officer, well, we're calling Officer B, the one who didn't pow his weapon. I feel like he is just as much to blame because he didn't try to de-escalate anything. It was like he is a rookie and he didn't know what to do. So he was just following the lead of the other officer, who obviously was an asshole. But when I look at it, and I have been for the last 48 hours since it came across my timeline, I have just been like, oh my God, I could be Sonya Massey, you know? And you could be Sonya Massey. Anybody could be Sonya Massey when you call the police for help and you don't know what you're going to get. Because even as the petite woman that she was, she still intimidated him in a way that caused him to fear for his life, which I never think that he felt for his life at any moment in time. I feel like he was just upset because of this colonic bag, this poop bag that he has to walk around with. And he just didn't give a damn about her, and she was a level beneath him. So he decided to do what he felt was necessary to feel whatever, because he had no remorse. And so we don't want to, like Cardi B said, we don't want to hear no remorse when it comes time to trial and when. And I'm going to believe that the justice system is going to do their job and actually convict this one. Because there's no way in the world you can say that he was in fear of his life. For one, when they approached her, when she finally answered that door, you know, and he told him no one was around and blah, 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 they should have left. There was no reason for them to snoop or prowl around or whatever. If you felt something about the car that was in her driveway, you should have just ran the tags and handled it accordingly. And if something came back from the tags, then that's when you come questioning her and whatever the case may be. But after the conversation was, there was no one out there, there shouldn't have been nothing else to be said. Now, once they came in her home and he realized that this lady is, okay, something's not quite all the way there, he should have just reiterated, do you need help, ma'am? Show some compassion. Do you need help, ma'am? Is there anyone we can call for you to help you? Whatever the case may be. He did none of that. And again, the other officer was just follow along. He was not a leader. Once he said, go check on the pot that's on the stove, she went and did exactly what he told her to do. Not only did she went, because I've been seeing a lot of people saying, oh, she did throw the pot. No, she did not. She didn't throw a pot. She didn't throw no water. She couldn't throw hot water because when she went to the sink with the pot, she poured the water out. You hear her pouring the water out. Now, the red thing that everyone is saying that they saw her hold up in the air as if she actually tried to throw the pot, that was the towels that she was using to take the pot off the stove. Once she did that and the water started to steam out of the pot the water that she was pouring into the sink, that's when they stepped back and you hear the officer say, and when she asked, where you going? And he's like, away from your hot steaming water, meaning the water is coming out of the pot because she's pouring the water out. She says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. What she meant by that is, how dare you think that I'm finna harm you and I called you for help. I wouldn't do that, basically. And I rebuke that type of energy and those words from coming from your mouth. Now, if you don't know black people and our religious sectors that we all have endured or encountered throughout our lives with our families, because no matter where you are from, New York, whatever, you have some Southern families, and Not unfortunately. Fortunately, you know, people leaned on their religion to get through the old days. So she learned that to say or to feel, I rebuke any negative energy. And because this man is not from the culture, does not understand the culture of a black person in America, he took it as a threat. That's why he said, you better fucking not. Like, can she really rebuke you in the name of Jesus? What does that look like? What is that? Huh? What is that? Can she rebuke you in the name of Jesus? Okay. So, when she says this, he didn't quite understand. That's why he said, huh? And she said it again. And she was attempting to say it the third time when he was like, I'll shoot you in your fucking face. And he pulled out his gun. And she was like, okay, I'm sorry. And she dropped to the fucking ground, empty-handed, because she had already poured the water out the pot and was filling it up with cold water. Okay? People out there in the world, she was not trying to throw a pot. She never threatened to throw a pot. And saying, I rebuke your negative, saying that she rebuked you in the name of Jesus because of your negative energy, is not life-threatening. Okay? So, for this man to take this that way, as the old church say, he ain't nothing but the devil. He ain't nothing but the devil. And so because he's nothing but the devil, he took that as a threat, and he proceeded to shoot a woman who was crouching down in her kitchen, afraid of him, which he should have never even been there. And he proceeded to tell her to put down the pot that she never even had in her hand at the time when he told her to put down the pot. Because she was already crouching down when he grabbed his weapon. And the reaction of the other officer was to pull his too. And he shot that, the first officer shot that woman. Excuse me, he pow-powed that woman. And 3 shots, 3 pow-pows. One managed to hit her. And the other ones, we still don't know where they landed. So we don't know if maybe one of those pow-pows knocked the pot off of the sink or the counter, which I don't think so because we didn't hear anything fall but her. So yeah, no, she never tried or attempted to do that. That's why she told him, I rebuke in the name of Jesus, for you to even think that I'm a threat because I am holding a pot that you told me to go and tend to. That was on my stove in my house. So for me, it's just like, okay, what the hell did I just watch? And then this man, he was so gung-ho, he stepped in front of his own partner. So his partner couldn't even shoot just because, otherwise we'd probably be talking about both of them in jail. Because his partner shouldn't pow-pow because he was standing in front of him when he tried to get a better aim. So yeah, I mean, and then after that, the partner, once he turned on his thing, his camera, once he was like, fuck, and he turned on his camera because it should have been on from the get-go. Yeah, that's when the partner like, oh, I got mine on. And that's when the partner realized, oh shit, we're in trouble. Let me go get my med kit. And he like, no, ain't no need for that. It's a headshot. She gone. This lady was still on the ground, on her floor, bleeding. Still on her floor, suffering. And once the partner realized, okay, you know, we in trouble. Let me just go and get this. She's still breathing. Let me just go get my kid. He was not, he's like, okay, we got to cover, because he was like, I got mine on. He knew too. That's when it dawned on both of them, like, oh, we got this on camera. We in trouble. So he's going to go to get that med kit. Let's try to save her. But the other one, you see, he didn't even give a damn, because he was attempted to say, don't even worry about it, just let her bleed. And he stopped himself. Just let her bleed out. Just let her die. Just let her sit there. Either way, it was inhumane, and that's not their job. Their job is to render aid, even though they're the one who inflicted the wound. Okay? So, Miss Sonya Massey is sitting there, laying there, taking her last breaths. The partner, other officers sitting there, trying to hold in the blood, although there was plenty of blood on the floor already. And he's walking around trying to figure out what his plot gonna be. Because immediately once he did it, he was like, I'm not gonna sit here and take a boiling pot to my hot water to my face. Which she never said any of that. She never gave you that insinuation that she was going to do any of that. That's why she rebuked you in the name of Jesus. For that thought to be even in your head, or whatever you were thinking she would do. It was appalling. And you immediately like, look, the foot, water's at our feet. If it is at your feet, it's probably because you were pow-powing in the direction of a sink that probably got pow-powed and some water got spilled. How about that? Okay, because there was no water in the pot, not hot water anyway, because she had already poured it out and started to refill it. So, what are we talking about? With cold water to cool the pot down, sir. And even after you pow-powed her, you were still screaming, put the pot down, and the lady was suffering on the floor. So how can she put the pot down if she don't even have it in her hand? You still yelling at. And then then you know, when the other officers arrived, somebody called and said to that 911 or talking to the dispatch that it was self-inflicted. They asked, can you confirm? And they were like, self-inflicted. And then they're like, can you confirm that again? Self-inflicted. And it was no such thing. So that's why the officers, when the sergeant came in, he like, where's the pow-pow? Oh, it ain't there. She just had a pot of hot water coming towards me, and she said she rebuked me in the name of Jesus. Which none of that happened. She said she didn't rebuke you in the name of Jesus because you guys were running back from the water she was pouring out. Again, there's a whole island in between, counter in between them. They're at the front door with the front door open. What are we afraid of? You're 7 foot tall over her. And you got a partner here. So if she does throw the water, or that you thought, your partner's right there behind you. They have your back. You'll be okay. But she never even attempted to do that. He just didn't like the fact that she said, well, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And I think he felt like that was being disrespectful to him. And so he decided to pow the lady. I will shoot you in your fucking face is what he said, and that's what he did. Which, from my understanding, that is premeditated. So, yeah. And then when the other officers get there, he's walking all outside, all Billy badass, like, they're like, where's the suspect? And he's like, me. Because they're thinking there's a perpetrator. So there was so many mixed conceptions of what was going on from the officer side, from the dispatch side, and apparently from the hospital side too, because they were saying it was self-inflicted, from what I hear. What are we doing? And then he's like, oh yeah, the fucking bitch was crazy. Because then he calls and try to get can you give me if she ever been to 1096 or 1051, whatever the hell he was saying. Why are you trying to confirm that she had mental interactions with an officer before, just so you can plot your alibi, compile your alibi, or she was crazy? That was your story you was gonna try to stick with? Okay. Once you realize your partnership was on, so you're leaving your shit on and deliberately talking on this mic, trying to plead your case. No, sir. No, sir. It's not gonna work, sir. It's not gonna work, sir. Yeah. So, and then you see the officers that are out there, they was looking like, I don't even want to be on your body cam, my guy, because they're going to call me and ask me to testify and what I know, and I don't know nothing on this one, because you in deep hot water. You thought hot water was going to be thrown on you, which I doubt it, because when the sergeant came in and asked him, he was like, well, no, it wasn't a pow. She said, she rebuked me in the name of Jesus and came at me with hot water, the pot of hot water, which she never said that. She never came at him with a pot of hot water. And she wasn't talking to him per se. She was talking to both of them, really the partner who damn near ran out the damn door when she was pouring out the hot water. So, yeah. And the way you deliberately continued on disrespecting this woman, not having a care in the world. Oh, I'm not even going to, do we need the med kit? You didn't want to do the med kit when it was just you and your other officer. Now the boss is here. You want to ask for, do you need my med kit? And then you proceed to say, oh, well, I won't waste it then. What? Bitch, you should have already had it open. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even had to use it, because you should have left that lady alone. And she would still be alive with her children. And her kids is 17 and 15. They ain't even get a chance to live life yet, be parents, for her to be a grandparent. They're going to miss all of that because of your hot temper, your hot ego. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm not happy about it. And everybody who's trying to say, oh, is this the race bait? They trying to bait y'all to vote a certain way. At this point, I don't think anybody is thinking about voting when you're talking about this. Like, this ain't about voting at all. This is about a woman who just lost her life senselessly for no reason. Because they are afraid of us. Because they're not like us. And forgive me for my other counterparts that follow me. I'm not talking about you if you're not that evil. Because that is pure, downright disrespect to human life. What he did, what he displayed afterwards, and how he has a fucking disregard to this woman. And he tried to blame her. And he wanted to become the victim and trying to plead his case and trying to set up his alibi. You ain't got one, my boy. You ain't got one. And I won't even say his name. Y'all know his name. But we're going to say Sonya Massey's name. Sonya Massey. Say her name. I'm going to get me a t-shirt with, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, with her name on it and her face. Believe that. Because I am sick and tired I am sick and tired. This is enough. Y'all got away with Tiana Taylor shit. Y'all won't get away with this one. You won't get away with this one. And if you do, I feel sorry for America. Because we're going to continue to be divided. And I won't be mad at people who want to tear this thing up. Or want to do something crazy. And I'm not trying to incite any of that. So YouTube, don't come at me like that. I'm just trying to figure out, like, when is enough that we don't have to deal with this. And then this man think that what he did was justifiable, to have the nerve to plead not guilty. Dude, you are so freaking guilty, and the Ray Charles can see it, and Stevie Wonder can see it clearly. Your partner could see it. That's why he went to the back of his trunk shaking when he was taking those gloves off. Shaking. Like, oh my God. What did we just do? Or what did he just do? Because the other officer who did it, he actually tried to turn into a French man. Talking about some we. But you wasn't we when you was talking about, I will shoot you in your fucking face. You wasn't we then. I'm sorry, y'all gotta remember to look this way. But, I'm looking at myself. You wasn't we then. So how we become we afterwards? Yeah, I'm just, America has a problem. America has a problem. And her name is Sonya Massey. Okay? Sonya Massey. I am upset in an umpteen power. Like, I have been, this ain't about me and my situation, but I understand losing someone and being lied to about how they were lost. With people who supposed to be protecting them. Like, I can never in a million years understand what that man was thinking and what he really thought I rebuke you in the name of Jesus really meant. And it doesn't really matter, because your bad judgment or your bad perception doesn't equal taking someone's life. And I hope they railroad him to the fullest extent of the law. And that poop bag becomes his dinner. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. So, with all of that being said, because that's all we got right now, and that's just my sum up of what I perceived. And there's more, but that's just my gist of what I can think of right now on this video, and I just couldn't hold it no more, and I want to talk about it. So I decided to go live about it, because had I been able to edit a video, I would have done something and talked about it, because this is ridiculous. And so for those who think that this was justifiable, you should have been swallowed. So with that being said, rest in peace, Sonya Massey. My condolences to her family, friends, and the people who loved her or love her, because their love doesn't stop just because she's not here in the physical form. And she's not suffering anymore. She don't have to fear anymore or live in fear anymore. And may her soul rest in peace. We're going to get justice for you, mama. We're going to get justice for you, mama. We're going to get justice for you. Sonya Massey, we're going to get justice for you, mama. We're going to. We're going to. And I don't want to hear this a political bait. I don't want to hear none of that. Since this ain't got nothing to do with whoever you vote for. It doesn't matter. Because whoever you vote for still has been allowing this to happen for centuries. It's just getting more and more to other people because of social media. That's it. And now we're knowing the seeing the truth versus taking their word for it. No more of that. No more of that. So this isn't about that. And I don't give a damn if Donald Trump gave them 50 million years of immunity. He wouldn't get immunity for this. This was murder. Rest in peace, Sonya Massey. May God bless you and your family. I don't know how to stop this, y'all. Okay, let me try to stop it. Okay. Bye, y'all. Thank you for watching.